Hey guys, Greg D here back with another vlog. So what's been going on for this week? Got a few things to update you with about my personal life. The first thing that is pretty huge, I feel, is I know most of you who watched my last week's vlog know that I've been debating about buying a new car because I've been having a lot of issues with my 2011 Volkswagen GTI. And don't get me wrong, I love that car, but I've been having, like I said, a lot of the typical electrical and engine issues that come with my generation Volkswagen, and a lot of previous Volkswagens have the same sort of issues. So randomly, the wife and I decided to go to a local car dealership, which is actually like a huge used car lot dealer. They mostly sell cars that are a few years old, nothing too old, but they get in like a bunch of like rental cars and fleet cars. So we actually bought her car there, brand new as a 2011. It was a rental car and it had like 15,000 miles on it, but at the time it was 2011. It was brand new. We got a really good deal. I mean, she ended up buying a GMC Terrain, which her model brand new would have been over $30,000, and she ended up getting it for about 20. So there are some good finds there at that local car dealership. So randomly, I was like, what the hell? She found something good, so maybe I can find something that suits me because, like I said before, we've been contemplating starting a family, so I need something a little more practical. Don't get me wrong, I love my GTI. I loved that car. It was so much fun to drive. I always had fun, even with the few modifications that I did to it. It was such a blast. I had a lot of fun, but it wasn't really practical as far, as a family sense was concerned, being a two-door hatchback. So I went up to the dealership, because there were a few cars there that I was interested in, and that I've researched because, I love cars. I love tinkering with them and modifying them. So, I research cars quite frequently in my spare time, just randomly. So actually I went up there and I saw two cars that I was actually interested in, and I test drove while I was there. The first one was a 2011 BMW 328 Xi that they wanted. I believe they were selling it for about $26,000, and the other one was a 2014 Nissan Maxima, which they were selling for $20,000, and that one was $20,000 because it was a rental car, so it had a little bit higher mileage on it. So I test drove both of them, and actually I really liked the Maxima. The wife was not very impressed with the BMW. I mean, I liked the BMW, but honestly, I felt like the Maxima it's fun to drive, but in a different way than I'm used to, because throughout my life I've had a lot of smaller cars. I'm used to that smaller hatchback style. I like hatchbacks, so I'm used to like small little zippy cars. And the Maxima, for how big it is and how burly it is, it actually drove like a smaller car, and it was actually lighter on its feet. As surprising as this sounds, it felt lighter on its feet to me than the BMW. The BMW was a lot more cramped. I mean, it's bred to be more, like a driver's car, but it felt really tight. It didn't feel as powerful as the Maxima. I just wasn't as impressed. And the BMW has always been a car that I've been interested in just because I love European cars. I love German engineering. But the Maxima felt so smooth, effortless as far as power delivery. So I don't mean to ramble on about the car here, but I like to talk about cars. But I ended up buying the Maxima. Like I said, it was on sale for about like $20,000, $21,000. So I got a good deal, and actually I got a lower payment on the Maxima, brand new, than I was paying on my GTI. So I end up saving about $60 a month as far as my car payment. So good deal there. And it's more, family friendly, I guess you could say. And the other big news this week is my wife was able to get her principal certification. She took her test a few weeks ago to become certified to become a principal. She's actually right now a special ed teacher, but wanted to go back to school and wanted to become a principal. So she passed her test with flying colors, And actually, we had a night out this past weekend for her, and it was a lot of fun. We went bowling at a local. It's called Latitude 40. It's basically like an adult Dave & Buster's. They have bowling, they have bar, they have a restaurant, they have a movie theater there, they have a big arcade room. So it's basically like a more adult version of Dave & Buster's. But the fun thing was I was able to get a lot of my old high school friends, friends that I haven't seen in probably, some of them 3, 4, 5 years. I was able to get them out to help me celebrate my wife's, triumph there with the principal certification. So that was really fun. I felt like I was in high school again, getting to see all of my old friends. So, I mean, that was such a stress relief, so much fun, and I wish I could do it again. And I actually plan on doing it again. Just because, like I said, it took me back to, being a kid, being 17, 18 years old again, and it was a lot of fun. So, with that, guys, I think that about covers all of the excitement for this past week. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for another vlog.